Hello.
Hello. We're your surprise.
Yeah, you guys
Hello.
didn't realize that my name is also Luis, did ya?
Hello,
I'm just kidding,
everyone.
it's not. You turn on chatting then.
Yeah, chat should be.
Cool.
Luis
Awesome, you
is
guys.
working on joining. He was in, and then
And then he was not in. And so we're trying to
I think he's having a little technical issue with Zoom, possibly. But we'll be your entertainment until he can join. So,
now
yeah, you guys can hop in the chat. Let us know.
Nova Scotia.
Oh, Nova Scotia, awesome. Where you're from and what you've been enjoying most about the event so far.
Yeah, which session so far has probably been the most impactful for you? Tell us in the chat. Oh, the session Massachusetts. Yeah, agreed. Joe Canto is super cool, really informative, and I love that she gave a lot of good tips for DIYing and building your tiny home and just living in a tiny home in general. Like she was saying, if you don't ever experience a tiny home, it's hard to know exactly how you want to. So make sure that you go check out staying in a tiny home, tour some tiny homes, all the different things there. So
absolutely. Let's see, we're just checking in. Okay, this is I have to wait. Let's see. Sorry,
ask them what email they're trying to log in.
Is there a link we can get in?
Well,
a new host link.
He might be in the attendees section.
Hey guys, we're just working with Luis here to get him on.
Don't click there.
Well, he said he has to wait, so I would say let's get him that host link again.
Okay, then here.
Good, just click up there.
And then go paste it in the email.
I thought I said don't use the J1.
No, that's different.
All right, guys. Sorry, we're just trying to get Luis on here.
There's always something, but
technical difficulties.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah. So far, been loving all the information that we've been getting. We're literally like only a quarter of the way through. Oh, look at we might have
There we go.
Luis.
Oh, hello.
There we go.
Hey, welcome.
I can understand what I was doing.
No worries. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
But okay, everything is fine now. I think
good now.
Everything is
you
good
can
now.
see me and hear me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Luis. We're super excited to hear everything you have to say. So we'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to share the screen. Here. Okay. Just a second. I am new in this, so I apologize for the delay. Someone can tell me if you can see the screen in the chat. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Well, hello everyone. First, I want to thanks the tinyhouse.com team for inviting us to participate in this event. We also want to have a special recognition to all the participants in this session. Thank you so much for being there. We think this is a great opportunity for us to promote the possibilities and advantage of the tiny house movement as an alternative or complementary lifestyle for many people around the world. We are very glad to be here and contribute to the growth of this beautiful community. So, well, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Luis Nario. I am an architect and builder from Uruguay, a small country located in the south of South America, between Argentina and Brazil, to give you an idea. Well, you know, my native language is Spanish, so I do not handle myself very well with English, but I promise to you in the presentation, I will make my best effort to express myself as clearly as possible. Okay, so about the story of my tiny way. In 2019, along with my partner, Sofia, also an architect and builder, we create My Tiny Way. It's an enterprise where we turn all the knowledge acquired in our years of professions to design, build, and manage tiny houses here in Uruguay. We also provide technical support and plans for people who want to start the construction of their own tiny houses here in the country or anywhere in the world. The team is complete by Henry Tejera, who brings all his knowledge in marketing to promote our venture. The rest of the team are behind the scenes, so they can answer your question. If you have anyone, please leave in the chat. Today in this presentation, I want to tell you how the tiny house movement is growing in our country within the global context, and the opportunities we detect to push its development. I also explained to you our reason for focusing on tiny houses and why we choose mainly mobile tiny houses. Okay, so throughout the presentation, I will share some graph with data and an image of the venture to make it more friendly. So start here. First, I want to present some data to contextualize the geographical reality of our country. Okay, we all know that in 2023, our planet reached a population of 8 billion people, and most of us, about 56%, live in cities. This trend of city living is expected to keep growing, with nearly 70% of us living in cities by 2050. However, Uruguay, a country with only 3.5 million people and an area about the size of Oklahoma, to give you an idea, only 176,000 square kilometers, has a different story. For example, Uruguay has lots of open space with only about 20 people per square kilometer. Even the capital city, Montevideo, is much less crowded than places like Tokyo, for example, almost 6 times less densely than the city. So these open spaces offers a great chance for the tiny house movement, where people choose to live in very small, eco-friendly homes. More than maybe half of Uruguay's population lives near the coast, taking up a small part of the country. It is nearly 10%. That leaves plenty of untouched land for tiny houses and harmonious blend of city and nature. Uruguay is characterized by its low altitude, with less than 400 meters between the lowest and the highest point. You know, this flat landscape with no big mountains make it easy to move tiny houses around the country. Okay, so the country has a stable government, good education, and different economic activities like farming and tourism that support the idea of tiny house living. Uruguay is also big on renewable energy like wind and solar power, which fits well with the eco-friendly idea of tiny homes. Also, the nice weather throughout the year makes outdoor living very attractive. Uruguay is interested in fair access to land and housing, making it a potential partner for tiny house projects. Plus, its strategic location in South America can attract business and investors keen on eco-friendly living. So, in summary, Uruguay's wide open space, low population density, and commitment to eco-friendly living make it a great place for the tiny house movement. While the world leans toward cities, Uruguay offers a unique chance to embrace a small, sustainable living with a strong support system in place. Okay, so we believe that it's possible to promote a way to use the free land in different parts of our country in a positive way, which favors the development of communities of tiny houses and mainly on wheels. I will explain you why we chose mainly on wheels. This may benefit the owners of the lands, all the people who are looking for options such as affordable housing, and towns near this point. Also, this should promote the development of commercial activities that serve these communities. So, what we are doing? We are doing networking here in Uruguay to involve all the actors in the production circuit of tiny houses. This includes people who work in design, construction, towing, and installation in different parts of the country. Also, we can link landowners with potential tiny house owner and provide consulting service for tiny house self-building. Currently, we have 3 different model sizes of tiny houses on wheels. All of them comply with the road traffic regulation, because here in Uruguay, housing regulation do not allow building less than 25 square meters. So that is why we adjust our design to traffic regulation and focus on mobility. In our country, the maximum dimensions of a towed trailer can be 2.6 meters wide, 4.1 meters high, and up to 12 meters long. So in this way, we can register it as a mobile home and circulate on national roads without special permission or security, you know. Then at the time when they arrive at a site, the work to plug into the grid, it's minimal or even none, zero, if the tiny house was built thinking to work off the grid. Okay, so taking into account these dimensions and characteristics, is that we offer this 3 size option: 15 square meters, 24 square meter, and 32 square meter. These dimensions are really not so far from many existing experience here in Uruguay. You know, Uruguayans are used to live in a small space. Whether in a studio apartment, for example, of I don't know, 30 square meter, or for example, in experience like shipper containers homes, people have adapted to living in small spaces, often with non-functional equipment. So let's take a look at some data regarding the housing access option for your young people here in Uruguay. According to data provided by real estate agents, about 57% of those under 13 years of age in Uruguay choose studio apartment as their first home. Then 31% choose 1 bedroom, 9% 2 bedrooms, and only 3% 3 bedroom or more. So that is to say that almost 90% of young people in Uruguay choose as their first home a property that range between 25 and 45 square meters. At the same time, the majority of young people who have access to a first home do so to settle in a strategic city, mainly in the capital, and for reason of study or work. You know, in recent surveys, it was evident that most of these users seek or really value that homes have a patio or at least a balcony for greater contact with the outside. This relate to the core objective of the tiny house movement, which is to live in a natural environment and foster a strong connection with nature. To go ahead, I think we must not forget the recent events in our history that drove us to promote the movement in our country. You know, the year 2020 is characterized by being a new milestone in the history of humanity and marked the beginning of a paradigm shift for many people. The global pandemic forces us to shelter in our homes, and many people started in the world of remote working and virtual education, taking advantage of the high internet bandwidth available in Uruguay. At the same time, we recall how important it is for emotional well-being to contact the outside world and the development of life in a natural and clean environment. Since that moment, we believe that this is time to promote in the near future a change in the paradigm of life to recover the connection with nature and with ourselves. It was that moment of chaos that motivate us to start with our venture, dreaming of being an integral and active part of this movement in terms of design, construction, and pushing forward the tiny house movement, generating a network of contacts, like I said before, that solve the needs of many people to access to decent housing. So finally, in 2022, we managed to build the first tiny house on wheels, registered as a mobile home here in Uruguay. This was a result of the research, reflection, and decision making, thanks to a family investment and with the collaboration of the carpentry and construction team of the Liotti companies. So our tiny house is 15 square meter and equipped with mobile and functional elements that can be relocated in different sectors of the house This allows us to configure the layout according the daily needs. It can host 4 people using a queen bed in the attic and a sofa bed on the ground floor. It has a full kitchen with a standard size oven and 2 gas stoves, a comfortable sink, and plenty of storage space under and over the countertop, complete the appliance equipment. The bathroom has full equipment too. It includes a conventional toilet, hygienic shower, sink, the shower cabin, and even a washing machine. All opening include insect screens and have insulating glass to improve the thermal performance of the house. The interior cladding is made of birch, multi-layer wood, and the floor is made of wood-like PVC for increased lifespan. So this tiny house enabled us to show our work at very important construction shows here in Uruguay. It was visited by thousands of people, mainly from Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, and Brazil. In South America region, the movement is developing through individual experience or construction companies that offer among their options the construction of tiny houses. That is the case, for example, with our friends of Tiny House Peru, Tiny House Colombia, or Latinis in Argentina. Okay, so to be able to show the house was a really incredible experience for us, which allow us to position ourselves in the local market as an alternative housing or investment opportunity. Also, many people discover the tiny house movement here because of that. People who had never heard of the tiny house concept, even less tiny house on wheel. So when they saw it, they were very impressed with the result. We made this virtual tour that is in the screen to show the tiny house, and it went viral on TikTok with more than 5 million views and a lot of positive comments. So this confirmed to us that many people are interested in the possibility of having a tiny and well-designed space where they can develop their lives in a natural environment and focus more on having experience than on accumulating objects. Since then, we have begun to receive numerous inquiries about the price of the different models, and this opened a new chapter for us. So we discovered that in Uruguay, tiny houses on wheel are wrongly perceived as an expensive product for many reasons, such as comparing them with other types of solution, like shippers container, for example, or modular houses, and the tendency to compare their value to the equivalent per square meter. We are working on exposing the real virtues of tiny houses as an alternative way of life to conventional solutions. Then the public will be able to evaluate if it really is an expensive product. Well, people here do not have in mind, for example, that this type of housing is designed functionally and equipped with built-in furniture and appliances to solve all the needs once you move in. This makes us stand out from other types of homes that must be equipped with furniture that does not always fit into the space and weighs square meters, for example. Also, the trailers that we use for our tiny houses are not standardized products, but each one has the necessary adaptations to fulfill the main function to the house. They are designed for living pipe passes, for example, according to the tiny house design, or allowing the thermal insulation of the house on the floor by interposing between its structure, glass wool, or other insulating material. Besides, our tiny house are handcraft products built by ourselves and designed to the millimeter to take advantage of every corner and built by ourselves with quality materials. We also generate synergy with teams of builders that bring a lot of value to the final product. All of these reasons make the price differ from traditional construction. And to conclude, I want to share with you that we are currently focused on spreading this lifestyle and promoting the development, construction, and use of small spaces to promote a more sustainable life for people and the planet. We are dedicated to design, build, and promote models of tiny houses, mainly on wheels, which comply with regulatory sorry, and functional requirements using materials and construction methods widely used and proven through the world. So we are motivated by collaborating with people who seek alternatives to achieve financial freedom, prioritizing experiences over possession and exploration rather than stagnation. We love to say that we build small to dream big by the expression construimos envases pequeños que contienen grandes sueños. So that's all for now. Again, thank you very much for your time. We hope to have shared interesting information with you about the state of the art of the tiny house movement in this part of the world. We invite you to follow us on our social network and visit our website to learn more about our proposal. On any question that we cannot answer in this space, we remind you can send it to our mail info@mytinyway.com. So thank you. I don't know